You all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will you please remain standing for prayer? Supreme Architect of the universe, we invoke thy blessing at this time. May this meeting thus be conducted in peace and closed in harmony. Amen? What? We need an attorney. No, hurry up. We need an attorney. Mr. Nedved. No? No.
Did he fall under the table?
With all due respect.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the public business meeting of the Allegany County Commissioners for Thursday, May 22nd, 2014. Commissioners, are there any additions or deletions to our agenda?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. Gentlemen, I'd like to entertain a motion that we can approve the minutes of our May 15th, 2014 public business meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Brody, seconded by Commissioner Valentine. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, gentlemen, we're going to jump right into presentations. And we are going to hear from Ms. Diane, our election administrator, about the Allegany County Board of Elections early voting. Is that early and often?
It's early.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully everybody knows that the primary election is June 24th. There is an election in June. Okay. The deadline...
Let me write that down.
Write that down. The deadline to register to vote or change your party affiliation or update your address is June 3rd. We will be here until 9 p.m. that night. So in-person applications have to be here by 9. If you're going to mail an application in, it needs to be postmarked by June 3rd. Okay. Early voting for the primary election is going to be held beginning Thursday, June 12th through Thursday, June 19th from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. And again, it's going to be at the county office complex in room 212, same as it's been. For the general election, it's November the 4th. 2014. Early voting will take place Thursday, October 23rd through Thursday, October 30th, 2014. Again, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the deadline to register before the general elections, October 14th. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
Mr. DeVore in the back would like to know, will there be cake at any of the...
I believe there may be.
Okay. There you are, Dick.
Thanks, Diane.
All right, Commissioners. Under our action agenda, item number 2 is the Hampstead Cumberland Arms Partner LP. I understand that Mr. Eberly is going to speak upon this. Mr. Eberly.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is an agreement that has been drafted between county staff and the Hampstead Group folks. It deals with property that's located at 64 Baltimore Street here in Cumberland, 69-unit facility, formerly known as the Cumberland Arms Hotel, or hotel actually, is scheduled for acquisition and redevelopment. And today I understand that Patrick Harper is here. Patrick, you can come on up and kind of outline the project for us. And before you get started, though, I do want to enter into the record the fact that this agreement will extend for a 17-year period and involves an initial appropriation to the county, a payment in lieu of taxes of $30,433.60, and that amount will be adjusted each and every year according to CPI. Patrick,
Wonderful.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome again, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. As Mr. Eberly said, this is a project that was purchased by our group in July of 2013. We are moving towards a closing on low-income housing tax credits with the Maryland Department of Housing and Community and Development at the end of the year, with the thought the proceeds of that would fund a rehab of the property in the amount of $2.5 million. Worked out to be about $36,000 per apartment unit. Essentially, this would be a preservation of the existing. It's affordable Section 8 project-based affordable housing for seniors. Essentially, what we're trying to do is provide necessary upgrades both in exterior and interior, which would allow the preservation of the housing for the foreseeable future and maintain the affordability aspect of the property. Construction would start between 30 and 60 days after closing, so hopefully February, March 1st,
Really? Okay.
2015. Again, as far as the type of work that we're doing, energy efficient appliances and lighting, fuel cells, so green rehab of the property, upgraded the elevators, masonry and exterior repairs, which would all be done in conjunction with the Department of Community Development and the Historic Preservation Commission, as that's in the Historic Canal District. Really just looking to kind of upgrade and maintain that historic character of the downtown area. I think, as I'll repeat myself from last time a bit, Hampstead is located, the main office is in San Diego, but we have a regional office in the Baltimore, D.C. area. We have over 4,500 units currently in our portfolio, which we've acquired and rehabbed, and we currently have around 800 units in Maryland. So this is, again, as Mr. Eberly said, it's a 69-unit project, all fully project-based, Section 8. It was on top of first floor retail. It's right at the corner of North Liberty and Baltimore, so right at kind of the heart of the downtown. Project we're very excited about, an area that we're very excited about. We think it's just a fantastic downtown, and we'd love to be able to add to that character. And this agreement would kind of provide the necessary stabilization for our investors and enable us to get the necessary funding to implement the improvements.
Patrick, if you can get started in February of 15, what's the construction window for all the rehab?
6 to 9 months. So we would be done theoretically by the end of the year, would be our goal. And it's a little more difficult process. I think you and I talked about, whenever you have to relocate seniors, but the idea would be to do it with the most minimal amount of displacement possible, and we do have a good track record for doing that.
Well, I think rehabbing the elevator would be a good thing.
It would be.
Yeah, I got stuck in it once.
Okay. That's at the top of our list. Yeah.
So that's
Did it get stuck or you got stuck?
No, I got stuck in it.
That's okay.
Oh,
I did. However, if you're there for Christmas, we go and visit a couple different people with all my family, and we go sing Christmas carols there.
Okay.
So we didn't get stuck that time. I got stuck another time, delivering dry cleaning. But that's neither here nor there. You can't send me on these rabbit trails, Patrick.
Yeah, I apologize.
Okay. All right. Anything else, sir?
He just got stuck getting out the doors. What was?
Now.
Patrick, we're also excited about this. We'd love to see the investment in Alleghany County, so, sir.
And the city of Cumberland.
Yes.
So you're trying to move me along?
Just a gentle nudge.
I'd like to entertain a motion to authorize the President of the Board of County Commissioners to execute an agreement for the payment in lieu of taxes with the Hampstead Cumberland Arms Partner LP to support the acquisition and rehabilitation of the property located at 64 Baltimore Street, Cumberland, Maryland. Is there a said motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Valentine, seconded by Commissioner Brody. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Bennett. Gentlemen, item number 3 is possible action on Code Home Rule Bill 1-14. Our Director of Finance is here to explain exactly what Code Home Rule Bill 1-14 is.
Good evening.
Evening, sir.
Well, we've talked about this one over the past 2 weeks. This Code Home Rule Bill is authorization for LaVale Sanitary to enter into a $1.5 million bond bill for the Grant Street water tank replacement. It's a loan they'll incur with USDA. Project's already progressing. Interim financing's already in place, so they're ready to move as quickly as you are, and tonight is actually your chance to vote, since we've already had an introduction 2 weeks ago, hearing last week, so tonight you can take action if you so choose, and if you do, it'll be effective July 6th.
Gentlemen, are we in consensus? Any questions, thoughts? Move forward? Okay.
Much needed.
Gentlemen, would like to entertain a motion to accept Code Home Rule Bill 1-14, the LaVale Sanitary District Grant Street Water Tank Project Bond Authorization. Is there a motion?
So move.
I will second the motion. It has been moved by Commissioner Valentine, seconded by Commissioner McKay. We'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Valentine?
Aye.
Commissioner Brody?
I am going to recuse myself from this, sir, since I am a field superintendent for LaVale Sanitary Commission. I have nothing to do with their borrowing or setting the rates, but I would feel more comfortable not making any decision on
Certainly.
that.
Commissioner McKay? Aye. Motion is approved. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. I thought our finance director had a beard.
He did.
Can we add that
He
back
went
to
on
the
a diet,
agenda? We'd
though.
like to take a vote on that.
He lost 3
I
pounds.
feel a little lighter.
Well, all I know is that all these people that were growing the beards for a great, great cause, where there was a lot of starving barbers out there, and now they can go back
Now
to
they're back.
shaving people and they can go
Yeah.
back to work. So,
So our little buddy Haley finished the radiation, so that's why
and that
should.
is
So,
wonderful.
yeah.
Yeoman's job for all the county employees that helped out and did the cause.
A lot of
So,
people did.
yep. So, okay. Thank you, sir. All right, Commissioners. Item number 4 is the from the Department of Economic Community Development, Appalachian Regional Commission, Federal Fiscal Year 2015 Priorities. Counselor David Nedved from the Economic Development Representative is here.
Hello, Commissioners. As discussed, the 14 area development and the 1 access road project were discussed, and the rankings were discussed in last week's work session. At this point, we're asking you to just authorize the transmittal of that list and that ranking to Tri-County Council, which is due before the end of the month.
Okay. And then Tri-County Council will...
Oh, yes, and then Tri-County Council will combine it with the other 2 counties in Appalachia, in Maryland, and they'll submit that list to ARC, the Appalachian Regional Commission.
Okay. Wonderful. Commissioners, I'd like to... any discussion?
No.
Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to authorize the county commissioners to approve the transmittal of the recommended priority list of the 14 area development and 1 access road project to the Tri-County Council of Western Maryland for consideration for ARC funding fiscal year 2015. Is there a said motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Brody, seconded by Commissioner Valentine. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Wow, this must be Nedved night. Item number 5, Resolution 14-10. First of all, Dave,
Yeah.
I need to find out something.
Yeah.
We had a timekeeper tonight.
Yeah. That's why I'm like,
So,
You got
Mr. Rudd,
3.5 minutes. Keep going.
you're okay?
Yeah, we gave him a cumulative 5 for his
Okay. Did you give him some of your time?
Sure.
The balance of your time to speak?
That's-
Okay. For those in the audience, normally we don't allow the attorney to speak.
So he's got to sit down.
We just let the comedian dry cleaner. Anyhow, Mr. Nedved.
Commissioners, we are going to put in an application for community development block grant funds in the amount of $800,000. Hopefully, we can do this in 2 phases, but we're doing $800,000 this year, and hopefully we'll get $800,000 next year to do $1.6 million worth of improvements in the Bowling Green Water District, repairing water lines that are in need, that often break down and need repaired, and also to complete a loop on North Crescent Street. The applications, however, require, the Department of Housing and Community Development require that we pass a resolution to make the application, and that's what I'm asking you to authorize.
Okay. Commissioners, are there any communications or questions for Mr. Nedved?
No.
No? I'd like to entertain a motion for passage of Resolution 14-10. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Valentine, seconded by Commissioner Brody. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Great.
How do you do?
Got a minute and a half left.
More public works projects. We love them.
We do. Okay. Commissioners, item number 6 is Resolution 14-11, the fiscal year 2012-2015 Cumberland Area Transportation Improvement Program Amendment. Mr. Cool.
Commissioners, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This is just a housekeeping movement that will have funds shifting between the fiscal years and also between the engineering and the construction phases of the project. It doesn't really change the scope of the project in any way. But it's necessary to do this so that everything is lined up so the federal funds don't become problematic.
Okay. Okay. Commissioners, any question for the Honorable Mr. Cool?
No, sir.
Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion that we accept Resolution 14-11. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Brody, seconded by Commissioner Valentine. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, gentlemen. Item number 7, Resolution 14-12. Mr. Cool.
Again, we need and we do this every year, a resolution to adopt a work program which funds the transportation planning that we do. A lot of this is mandated activities that this is the way we can pay for them. Aside from that group of county projects, we also have a project for the city of Cumberland, which is to study Green Street, and a project for the city of Frostburg, which is to take a look at the Depot Street, Center Street, Main Street intersection, the way that works. We would only be at the very beginning of that project in this fiscal year. That would require funding in the future.
Okay.
So.
Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Cool?
No, sir.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we accept Resolution number 14-12, the fiscal year 2015 Draft Unified Planning Work Program. Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner McKay, seconded by Commissioner Valentine. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Monsignor David Eberly, what is on our consent agenda?
Commissioners, tonight we have 6 items on the agenda for you to consider. The first item deals with your authorizing me to execute an extension agreement with the Department of Housing and Community Development and HRDC concerning the county's Section 8 and housing rehab programs. Now, the next 2 items deal with the procurement of emulsified asphalt and crushed stone. These procurement items deal specifically with the county's program each and every summer to do a chip seal program throughout the county. And the last 3 items, Commissioners, deal with our desire to award the hauling services contract for recycling containers, refuse disposal boxes, and sludge containers here in the county.
Okay. Commissioners, before we vote on that, Matt Bergmeyer, would you like to say, you signed up to speak, and we'll hear you before we vote, sir. If you would give your name and address for the record, please, sir.
My name is Matt Bergmeyer. Address is 1356 Old 6th Avenue Road in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I'm here to speak about the recycling box contract. I would like to speak about the benefits of the county purchasing their own containers, which obviously would benefit me because I was the low bidder in that instance. But it would provide 14 new containers to the county, which are, your current containers are in pretty poor condition. And basically, after your 3-year commitment with us, your containers are paid for. And then at that point, all you guys are, the only cost you would concur is the hauling costs from that point on. If you take it over a 10-year period, which the boxes should easily last 10 years, I'm sure the ones you have now are probably 20 years old. You're looking at about $184,000 for renting the containers you have now for the next 10 years, which are going to need replaced sooner or later anyways. If you buy the containers now, you're looking at about $82,000. So over the next 10 years, you have the ability to save over $100,000, actually $102,000, by buying your own boxes. So I'd like you guys to consider that before you vote on continuing the service the way it is. And that's basically what I had to say, so thank you.
David, was that valued in your all's recommendation
It was.
from staff?
At this point in time, Paul and I discussed this, that we felt it was in our best interest to not pursue the lease purchase of the boxes at this time, but just stick strictly with the hauling services component of the contract offering. But it does give us something to consider.
Okay.
And we thank you very, very much for bringing that to our attention and participating in this bid. It's important that you did that, and I think everybody will see here in a few moments that the sludge disposal component of this award tonight will go to Berkmeyer Hauling.
And we appreciate that.
And we appreciate you being part of this community very much.
Well, we're happy to be here.
Yeah,
We plan on being here many years to come, and maybe next 3 years we can buy new containers. But thank you for your
Just be
time.
patient with us on that, and thank you so
very
much.
much, and continue to reach out to Mr. Kale. Okay. Gentlemen, is there a motion on any questions or
No, sir.
thoughts? Whatever. Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to accept our consent agenda.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Brody, seconded by Commissioner Valentine. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Mr. Everly, what do we have on your desk today?
Commissioners, just want to report briefly that there was a bid opening this week for our new diesel-powered generator for the building that's being constructed out front, and we hope to have a recommendation back to you very soon to award that bid.
Okay,
And that's all I have.
that's all you have? Well, Mr. Rudd, thank you very much for your attendance. You were a little bit late, so I'm not going to allow you to speak today, but
I was here.
yeah, the
But
seat
I
was...
have Mr. Nedved's minute and a half he didn't
Well,
use.
we actually offered the seat to Mr. Nedved,
But that's all right.
and
I had nothing to say.
yeah, you had nothing to say? Okay, well, all right. Commissioners, Commissioner Brody, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes, just two things tonight, and because I know Bill would like to get speaking here on his favorite subject, because he's like a kid waiting on Christmas over here beside me. But first of all, it brings me great joy to say that the three of us was honored the other evening at the American Legion in Frostburg, and you know, and Bill being a veteran, and me and Mike holding veterans. We just can't do enough for them. They actually presented us with a coin, which almost left me speechless. But I just had to pass that on because I've never had such an honor bestowed upon me. In the 4 years in office, I got to say that was the most moving thing that's happened. The next good thing is I'm here this evening, and I'd like to thank you, sir, Commissioner McKay, Commissioner Valentine, Delegate Kelly, Administrator Peters, and Tony Crawford for getting our little hitch undone out there at our Route 36 project, and Jeff Barclay for all his hard work. That project is well underway and is moving again, and they're hoping to be open in 30 days.
Yeah. And
also, I'd also like to thank the county staff, because the way I understand it, he will soon be getting his demolition permit and grading permit for the next project out Naves Crossroad very shortly. So Dave, thank you for that. But, you're welcome. Gentlemen, but you all did quite well, and the developer is most appreciative. So,
well, the theme for 2014 was to have dirt moving, and it is certainly moving. So, okay. With that coin, just a little bit of a backstory there. The three commissioners had made a donation to help out getting the American Legion to increase their membership, and they had some free membership that was given to all veterans in Allegany County, and they went around and did some soliciting, and the commissioners contributed to that, and so they had one of the largest classes or membership push under Mike Wade up in Frostburg. So that's just a little bit of the backstory, and yeah, it was pretty cool last Friday, really cool. So let's just skip Bill. He doesn't need to
Oh,
talk
no,
about
he's got to talk
Delfest.
about his favorite subject here. So
All right, Commissioner
I'm
Valentine.
going to talk about me.
Well, cake. So,
Creed's been waiting for this all night. You'll notice a lot of extra people milling around Allegheny County for the next week or so. This opening day for Delfest. Attendance should be 20% higher than what it was last year. That festival just continues to grow annually. It caught the attention of the state of Maryland enough that they will this year a state assessment of the financial impact of Delfest on Allegheny County and on the state of Maryland.
good.
Hopefully, they will be doing something to honor Dell himself, since he was the recipient of a Grammy Award this year for an album named Streets of Baltimore, which is where he got his start in the music business. And to this point, the state of Maryland hasn't even said so much as thank you to him. But Secretary Debed's going to be at Delfest this year. A number of state people are going to be here, so hopefully they give Dell some sort of award for the notoriety he brought to the state of Maryland.
The Secretary of Debed actually bought a brand new tent.
Yes. That's going to be like Mike McKay buying a brand new tent and going camping.
As long as I don't have my Barbie sleeping bag. Now that's a story, Mr. Wilmot. The Barbie sleeping bag. I don't fit well in one of those, sir. Anyhow, so okay, good stuff on Delfest. Still have my offer that if Dell needs an opening act, I'll be glad to come out and sing.
Didn't you run that by
And,
him, and he was pretty booked up, wasn't he?
He actually passed out.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. You still okay with us doing a commissioner theme night?
No.
We could do show tunes and no? No? Okay. All right. Mr. Wilmot. Please, sir.
Thank you. I'm Kenneth Wilmot. I live at 5134 Ford Avenue. I'm here to speak on the Second Amendment, freedom of speech. The 21st of June next month will be 60 years that I stood up and swore to defend the Constitution and the flag of the United States against all foes, foreign and domestic. And that's why I'm here. We all know the story about a county employee who feels he has the right to use the F word. I do not agree with his using the F word. However, I am also against the retaliation taken by the powers in this county. You cannot restrict anybody's freedom of speech. You don't have that right. If I was sitting up in front and somebody started that, I would just turn around and give him my back. This whole situation has been blown clean out of proportion. It has snowballed into everybody's, everybody I talk to says it's wrong. As a veteran, I put in the best 20 years of my life just so I could stand here, just so you people could sit there, so you people could listen. I think it's wrong. I think it's time that we just drop it. Put this person back on his job. If we go any further, it's already been blown completely out of proportion. If we would just forgot it that evening, there was a scene here. I have talked to Mr. Schaefer. I don't agree with him, but I think he's a nice guy. He just, I don't know why he would want it. Next thing is, if we take administrative action against all employees in the county, if you go up to the schools, 90% of the students will be administratively taken out of school for using the F word, and half the teachers. And I've taken 2 courses out at AC College. I cannot believe the language that some of them professors use. I asked the one student, in class I said, is this all over the place? She said, yeah. I said, you got to be kidding. I said, isn't there any ethics anymore in our colleges, in our schools? We need to start teaching our children from the day they're this high what words to use. That it's not acceptable. However, I am 100% against any kind of action taken against anybody for using whatever. You can't. It just makes us look bad. It snowballs. My suggestion is get with Mr. Schaefer, drop the whole situation, say, look, you're back on the job. Let's cover it up or whatever you want to do and get on with our life here in Allegany County. It doesn't do us any good to take retaliation against anybody in any shape or form. It's just mud in your eye. That's all I got to say. And when it comes to recycling, I just got one word. It's the best thing in the world. I lived in Germany for 25 years. They started recycling in 1990, 100% everything. It created 150,000 jobs. I was in California in 1971 when they started recycling. They recycled glass, tin, and newspapers. And there's a market out there for all this recyclable stuff. And for the county, I don't know who owns the garbage dump up there, but it's going to be the gold mine 20 years from now because they're going to mine it and recycle the items out of it. And I think we should get into the business up there of sorting out that trash and recovering some of our money. If a company wants to come in, charge them $1 a ton for whatever, and let them recycle it and get some of our money back out of it. So that's all I got to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wilmot. Appreciate that. Okay.
And, thanks for returning my hat.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being respectful. Gentlemen, the next public business meeting of the Allegany County Commissioners will be Thursday, June the 5th, 2014, 5 o'clock right here in room 100. I'd like to remind everyone to please look at the news release concerning the Allegany County government schedule, as well as the fiscal year 2015 budget schedule. Thank you very much for participating in your government, and we hope you have a nice evening. Thank you. This meeting is closed.
Very good.